What's up guys, Ben with Diesel Power Products here, and today I'm coming at you with a project that sits really near and dear to my heart. You've seen us build Dodge Rams on 40s with making lots of power, Duramaxes on 40s making lots of power. Well, now we've got our 2020 F-350 on 40s. We call it Long John Silver, and it does everything.
Don't touch the ball, it's over, call it close, but we all know what this is gonna be. You came and failed the test, you met the best, expected chess, but got monopoly. I came and bought you out, I knocked you out, I cropped you out with no apologies. I am the hope, the heart, the faith, the spark, the one who will fulfill the prophecy. I just been counting, never lounging, climbing up mountains, bouncing. I can't decide, I'ma probably get both. We don't celebrate, but right now I'm a toast, resurrected ghost.
So the first thing you may be thinking about is why are we so excited, or why am I so excited that we're doing a power stroke? Well, truth of the matter is we've built a couple of Ram trucks that had Cummins engines in there. They were on 37s and 40s, our tow rigs and whatnot. They were a lot of fun, we enjoyed them. We've built some Duramaxes, those were a lot of fun, we enjoyed them as well. But we haven't really gone back a whole lot to revisit the power stroke platform. We did a 2012 Raptor SuperDuty clone, if you will. That was really cool. It was actually the truck that got me interested in this business in general. We also did a 2017 Power Stroke that had some power parts on there and some suspension, and it kind of was a jack of all trades as well. We actually went to UCC with that one and had some fun, but we haven't really been back to it since Ford put their 10-speed out. So the 10-speed came out and we're thinking, well, it's time to give that a shot here because our other options, well, the manual is gone with the Cummins trucks. We're not going to get something with a 68 RFE, and we had a truck with an ACE and we just weren't super impressed with it. So that came the reasoning to get behind a power stroke, which makes me happy because I'm a Ford guy. And as much as I love, inline sixes and Duramax and stuff like that, I'm a Ford guy. I always have been, I always will be. And this truck just speaks right to my heart. So in the planning stages, we're always trying to figure out what exactly we're gonna do with the truck. And us being who we are, the goal is almost always 40s. You may think like, okay, a 35-inch tire or 37 and maybe a 40 or 42. One of our trucks even has 43s, but typically our kind of good daily tire is a 40-inch tire, which may seem large to most, but honestly on a truck like this, it just fits. So we landed at a Nitto 40 by 15.5-inch tire with a 20-inch Fuel Zephyr wheel in there, which if I didn't pronounce that right, it's Fuel Zephyr. It's a tongue twister. It always gets me every time, even on Instagram, and you know what I'm talking about. So we decided on these tires, and now how are we going to get these tires on this truck properly without lifting it sky high? Because again, our MO is 40-inch tires, but low slung, tucked if you will, but still functional. We're not sitting here scraping every time that we turn. So we decided to go with a Carly pin top 5.5-inch suspension system on this truck, with radius arms, limit straps, all the goodies under there. It's really nice because it does have a set of King 2.5-inch diameter wide pin tops on there, which will pretty much settle any size tire or wheel combo you want to go with on this big old truck. So we got that suspension system on there. The only problem is Carly specs that out on this truck for a 37. We wanted 40s, which means there is some trimming done. We did some tasteful trimming that was done very well by our guys in the shop here, and it has worked out great. You will be able to contact the bumper and whatnot, but it's usually a full lock hitting a bump, which honestly we're okay with. The next portion of being able to really use this truck on 40-inch tires is proper gearing. We are huge advocates of gearing your truck for the tire that you have on there, especially for the use of the truck. If you're putting 40-inch tires on your truck and you're still running stock gears, you are shooting yourself in the foot and your transmission. It's only a matter of time before you have to replace that thing, and transmissions are not cheap. So to turn these tires properly and keep our mechanical advantage where it needs to be, we went with a set of nitro gears, and those are 488s. That will keep everything right in that pocket there, where even without any sort of power adders on the truck, it is still a very peppy vehicle, even on 40s, under stock power, which is exactly what we're looking for. The 6.7 power stroke in this truck already makes a decent amount of power, and the 10-speed keeps it in the power band all the time. So putting all of those parts together and trying to get this truck running down the road, it's a really good combo, honestly. It's one of those things where until you drive it, or you're in it and when someone's driving it, you don't realize how well it's all working until you're actually in the truck. One of my favorite styling features on the new Power Strokes are the headlights. I think those are fantastic stock headlights, but at the end of the day, more light is gonna help you than less light. So that's why we almost always run Baja lights on all of our trucks. Up top here, what we would call like the hood mounted or ditch lights. We've got the Baja Designs XL80s in the driving combo. These things are great for, I really wouldn't use them when you're on the road, but when you're on a dirt road or a 2-lane road and there's no one else around, and you want to be able to see like at eye level what's going on, those things are awesome. On the front there, we've actually got an NFAB light mount bar on there, which is actually pretty cool because it just keys off of the factory tow hooks on the front. There's no cutting, there's no special tools required. It's actually a very clean install for what's going on there, and you get to keep the stock bumper in the front, which in my opinion is a good looking bumper. So up front there, we've actually got 4 Baja Designs LP6s. Now on the outside, we've got them in a driving combo, and on the inside, they're in the spot. So the lenses are figured for driving combo and then spot in the middle. One of the cool things about LP6s is they basically have kind of like a high-low mode, if you will. On the low mode, if you're looking to not blind everybody in front of you, you just need to get more light than you have now, you turn that on and I believe just the bottom 3 will light up. If you put them on full power, they all light up, and then you can continue seeing way in front of you or blinding all your friends who you're tailgating, because that's what you should do when you have expensive lights. Now to help this truck scoot down the road, obviously we've done the re-gearing and whatnot to help that out, but if you've ever driven any of these newer trucks, you do kind of notice that they have a bit of a lag with the throttle. No matter how hard you push it, it always seems like it has to think about it, and then it sends you down the road. One of the easiest things you can do to combat that is a throttle sensitivity booster. There are a couple different manufacturers out there. We like to go with the Edge Amped option, which has worked very well for us in the past and really wakes this thing up a lot. You touch the throttle and you're gone. To help it breathe better, it's got an S&B colder intake on there. And because we do need to get this thing down the road and we want to go really far without filling up, it does have an S&B fuel tank in there with an S&B fuel transfer pump. To help keep things cool, especially while we're towing or working the truck hard, we've also got a no-limit fabrication water-to-air intercooler on there, which is pretty trick, and it really, really drops the workload of the engine under high-stress situations. So now we're going to talk about one of my favorite parts on this truck, and you're going to hate me because it's almost all custom, but it's something that we did in-house here, and I really, really like the way it turned out. And at the end of the day, I hope it inspires you guys to kind of make your truck yours and, you know, fabricate whatever you need to make sure that it's going to do what you want it to do. All right, so taking a look at the back half of this truck, you can obviously see we have some very nice Highway Products toolboxes going on the back here, which do get used, and they got lights. This is one of the best things we can do back here because this truck does get used at night, and being able to see what you have going on in here makes a huge difference. Moving on to the back, probably one of my favorite parts here. We got this bad boy. Huge fan of the Power Stroke tailgates. And this is the cool sill that I was talking about here that has keys into the tonneau cover. So we can take this off. That way you can still get tall things in and out of the bed. Put this over here. And just so you can see at night, we've got our lights in there. Makes everything nice and easy to see. And truck slide. So on the Highway Products truck slide in the back, which is actually really cool because you don't have to climb all the way to the front of the bed to grab what you need to, it actually slides all the way out. Now we've got a chainsaw mount, we've got a floor jack mount on there, we've got fuel canister mounts. Pretty much anything that you don't want sliding around, we have in there and easy to grab once you pull that slide out. Along with that, on the driver's side, we have the fuel transfer pump, so you can start filling up all your toys and whatnot. And on the passenger side of the bed, right by the tailgate, we have a really cool spot to store your hitches when you're not using them. That way you gain your ground clearance in the back and you don't have anything banging around inside the bed. So with the bed of this truck being kind of one-off and trick, but really tailored to our needs, that's what, in my opinion, really sets this truck off. You can buy these tires, you can buy these wheels, you can buy the suspension, you can buy the lights, you can buy all that kind of stuff on there. And as much as we probably should sell stuff that we have on the shelf, we're also still trying to do things that are cool for us too. And being able to build a bed like that is so purpose-driven really just knocked our socks off, and I can't hand enough praise to the guys in the shop here for making that look like it was meant to be there from day one. So when you have a project that goes from start to finish, you always kind of get to the end and you think to yourself, did we do what we set out to do? Does this truck do what we wanted it to do? And does it look the way we wanted it to? And this truck checks all the boxes. You know, there are some times you think you kind of go back like, oh, I wish I had done this different. I kind of wish we'd done that. There is no regrets on this truck whatsoever. And the only thing that I regret is that's not mine. I don't get to drive it every day. I get to look at it every day, and every once in a while I get to take it out for funsies, but it's not my truck, and that's the part that hurts me the most on it. But being able to really put a project together and have it work the way you want it to, it feels good. It feels good as an adult, and it feels good as, you know, having a cool truck to look at and work with. If you're getting a truck planned out and you want to make sure that it's going to work for what you want it to do, whether it's like turbos, injector, suspension, tires, gears, anything like that, give us a call. We're always happy to help you kind of work towards the end goal there. That's kind of where we like really excel. We want to make sure that you are getting the truck that you want in the end. We're not going to sell you something that's not going to work for you later on down the road, especially because a lot of us are planning to keep these trucks forever. So we want to make sure that you can. If you have any questions or anything like that, we have a ton of parts on the website, or you can call our knowledgeable sales techs and we will help you walk through the steps A to Z. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
You are just not on my level.